Hello and welcome to the final of Bracket 2 with me, Rebecca Walker, joined as always by Richard Walker.
Hi.
Hi. And so the final Bracket 2 then is between Stark Faith, submitted by Vojta, played by myself, and Richard is playing Lanni Valyrian Steel, which was submitted by Kari. So we've seen these decks in the previous 2 rounds as well. It is an elimination tournament. We have already seen the final for Bracket 1, so we know who's gone through to the grand finale. I'm not going to mention it just in case you're not quite up to date, but if you haven't watched the final for Bracket 1, I would recommend you do so now, before this one. And so this is to find out who's going through to the grand finale, the winner of Bracket 1 and Bracket 2, to get the ultimate player submitted deck list, I guess.
Wow. I mean, that's a little bit unfair to some people because, what if they got you to play one of their decks?
I mean, that's true. Like, I am sorry if I'm playing your deck at any point during the tournament. I won some of the games in the tournament.
I was going to say, like, you finished better than me at Worlds, so.
In Joust. So we do have setups on the screen. As you can see, I have set up with a cat, a Winterfell Steward, Sansa, and Hearttree Grove. Of course, when Sansa gets set up, it means that she does not come into play Knelt as she would do normally if she were being marshalled. And on your side of the board, we have they're the Red Cloaks. No, yeah, Red Cloaks. Landsport Merchant, the Hound, and the Hound does have an attachment on him. I'm entirely sure that one is, unfortunately.
Could be a little bird. It does seem to be neutral.
I feel like I've seen Little Bird appearing in this game, so let's go with Little Bird for now. And you do have a King's Road at the bottom as well as a bit of econ, so I think both setups are relatively good. I've gone for an At the Gates, so clearly want a bit of extra econ, whereas you have gone for Exchange of Information, which is interesting first round.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular reason?
Don't know. I guess my board is set. Maybe I don't have any attachments. Maybe I don't have any locations. And I feel like a more balanced start would benefit me.
Fair enough.
I'm not entirely sure. Wow.
We've got some interesting cards come out already.
Yeah.
What was that first location that popped out?
The Hollow Hill. If you control no loyal characters in the dominant phase as an action, you may kneel it to search the top 10 cards of your deck for a non-loyal character and add it to your hand.
There's also Tyrion's Chain there as well, right?
Yeah.
And that's the one where you can, if you win a challenge with is it unique Lannister player,
Yep.
Character even?
Yep.
Then you can trigger the when revealed on a war plot.
So I'm getting a choice of all 4 categories, which is, not only do you get all 4 categories, but you have a choice, technically.
Mm-hmm.
So you've given me an economy, which I'm not unhappy about. Tyrion's Chain, of course, and the Hound. So I guess the Hound means I don't have to worry so much about intrigue claim, because if one goes, there's always another. The Widow's Wail, which, I can understand why you've done that. So it's a nice challenge trick for me, a +2 whenever I want, assuming I can return it to hand with the Hound.
I wonder why I didn't give you the Strangler.
Maybe you didn't want your cat strangled.
Yeah.
There is a Skaggos in your deck, which will allow you to handle negative attachment, providing you have another copy of the character in your deck. But otherwise, maybe you don't have that much attachment control.
Yeah, I can't remember what the attachment control is like in this deck. But if you are interested in the deck lists, you can see them at the end of this video. They will come up on the screen. And if you're interested in the pros and cons of each deck, if you go back to the first 2 rounds of this tournament, you'll see pros and cons and a discussion on those in the first game that each deck was played in. So Stark Faith, just to remind me of the Faith agenda, that's when you win, is it attack and defense with a 7 character. You can steal a power from your opponent's faction card and put it on a participating 7 character. I got that one right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steel, move.
Move, yeah. And of course, Valyrian Steel is where if you marshal an attachment, then you can either gain a gold or draw a card, and that can be done 3 times in a phase. You also have the option of kneeling your agenda or faction card to put a attachment into play, paying the cost, of course. But yeah, you can do that once, so you can throw a surprise attachment into play that would normally not be ambushable.
Doesn't really work with Widow's Wail, but you know.
Yeah. Well, you can ambush it in and then you get an extra.
If you can do that
card
without the
or-
faction now.
You can, yeah.
So you got a Great John out on the board, and as first player, that's a little bit annoying. But I know that if you throw a military challenge at me, I can win it with the Hound.
Yeah, I think it was more just to force you to actually have to take action.
Yeah, and then you can restand him with the Northern Armory if you want to. Oh, that Gaze of the Moon for me too. Paid for by you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Sorry, we've got the traditional Jaffa cakes today. We've done quite well with not eating and commentating for a little while, but no, today the Jaffa cakes came out.
Well, that's because we haven't commentated a game in months.
That's absolute bullshit. We literally put a video out Tuesday, Wednesday?
Please, this is the family-friendly channel now. Mary might be listening.
It does say on the thingy not for kids.
Well,
just because I know that I do
just
occasionally swear. I'm sorry if
I'm
I've
just
sworn.
saying.
You've duped your gates, which is a little bit suspicious. And you put a reckless on cat, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, but not devastating, is it? It does mean, though, if you stand your Great John with the Northern Army to try and push for a power challenge, Cat will have to join in.
This is true.
Tyrion, I
Tyrion
like
sounds
it.
good.
Yeah, and I've still got gold to play with, so I could play an attachment now and put a card in my hand, or if I have a Hollow Hill, I could play that. Tyrion Chain isn't going to do anything this round, but next round we have the choice of Forced March or Head on Spikes. Now, it's not like you have any important characters in your deck.
Well, there's a couple, right?
I was being very sarky.
Well, it's a Stark Faith deck, so there's probably not as many big important characters as there would be normally. There's more just, you know.
Your cat's already on the board.
And she and John, and then maybe Rob. I don't know if there's any other sort of bigs, to be honest.
Straight in with the military challenge. I've got Anguy the Archer.
That's annoying.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't it?
No, that's not what I said. I said it's annoying.
I could just defend with Anguy and ambush the Widow's Wail on. Defend for 4, lose the challenge, kill the Chud, nothing gets intimidated.
Yeah.
But if I think the Chud is important, I may wish to use the Hound to win. What do you think about them apples?
I don't know. I think just defending with Anguy is fine, right? Looks like you're going with both, though. And it means that you get the attachment back in hand as well. Having the attachment in hand does mean that you've got an attachment to play out again and either gain a gold or...
I mean, with the Hound, I would have done that on attack if need be. So I decided not to give you the challenge win, primarily because Great John restands.
Yeah. And he can be very annoying with the Intimidate.
Yeah, if you want to restand him and you want to waste your Northern Armory on him, that's fine. Presumably you're thinking over your next challenge with a reckless cat.
Yes, the cat's annoying because it would be nice to do, you know, one of each, but...
You decide to try and win the Intrigue challenge. I can't trigger Tyrion because cat's in the challenge.
Yeah.
Bit sad.
Well, I mean, you know, if you force me to have to use her. You could have got an extra 2 gold from that if I hadn't used her. And then you'd have got 2 from your intrigue challenge. And you could have put the hound back out and it would have been glorious. And instead you've lost your Widow's Wail. Is Valyrian Steel the one where you're only allowed 1 of each touchment?
Mm-hmm.
And it's cohort that you're allowed multiples, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah. I always get muddled up about which one's which.
So I could have played out the Widow's Wail and defended with both the Red Cloak and Tyrion, but I decided not to. Why might that be?
Don't know. Too many cards in hand? You wanted me to get a power?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you might want me to get a power, see if I've got something to steal.
I think it might have been better for me to defend, and then I can do a military with Anguy. However, you have used your Northern Armory to stand Great John.
Might as well know a land guy, right? Stops you doing all 3 challenges. I think I used the Northern Armory because I vaguely remember the fact that you've got PD.
Whoa.
I know, you're trying to use Defiance on it.
I'll have to use it on the Chud, surely. Yeah. I was about to say, I'm sure Anguy has been in the challenge. I guess Anguy is tricky because when he's still standing, you kind of automatically think, oh, he's not been in a challenge. But if I want to get all 3 challenges off, it'd have to be the Chud.
Yeah, I mean, you can still do all 3 challenges if you really wanted to. You don't need Anguy for that if you've got Defiance. So
Defiance is also good with the 4th March, which I also have. Because Great John, 4th March on Great John in the first 3 turns is pretty good.
I think you meant pretty annoying.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah. Intrigue with Tyrion, which you can trigger. And the thing is, with the Tyrion trigger, that means that you now get to win Dom as well. Whereas before it would have been a tie.
Well, I might want to ambush something in to draw a card.
Possibly.
I mean, if you're over reserve, you ambush something in and take the gold for Dom. If you're not, then you're going to win Dom anyway, which I am. Then you could just do it and, draw a card.
Indeed.
Unopposed power challenge makes the power totals a little bit more lopsided. I like this.
And you also get Dom.
I mean, your characters are better.
I don't know. I think with having the Hound out as well, I don't know. I feel like yours was slightly better. Just because you got things that do extra stuff as well, I guess. I guess I got the Great John. But non-kneeling Anguy's a pain in the arse. Tyrion's reaction's a pain in the arse. You missed a trick there, though,
Red Cloak.
Yeah, you should have moved a gold across in the Dom phase, a gold across in the standing phase.
Don't like it.
Why not?
I honestly just don't like that card. I don't like that action.
But you could have done that. And they'd be like 5 strength in intrigue by now.
Agree.
So you should have done it, but you just don't like doing it.
Honestly, just don't like that action.
Do you think it's overpowered or?
I don't know. Ever since we had the days where trade routes was unrestricted, and some people were collecting 22 gold, and then in the plot phase they put a gold on their red cloak, and then in the draw phase they put a gold on their red cloak, and then in the marshalling phase, challenge phase, dominant phase, standing phase, just putting gold on their red cloak. And only to see it first snowed, it just made me think, what's the point in all these stupid little actions? Don't like it.
Well, the thing is, although they're likely to disappear pretty quick, at the end of the day, you're not using the gold, so you might as well put it on there, right?
Ball ache.
So basically, you're just honestly, too lazy to do it.
Honestly, that's the only reason I don't ever use Wex Pike's dominance action. Or is it a standing action?
I can't remember which one it is, but it's an action.
Yeah, I never moved gold to him because life's too short.
I'm always with Wex, I'm always like reluctant to move gold, but not for your reason. It's more it'll be sod's law that I'd put like 5 gold on him or something, and then you would have no one at 5 like cost that he'd be able to go past. So I always feel like I'd end up putting slightly too much gold on him, or the wrong amount of gold on him.
I think 2 or 3 is the sweet spot, depending on what you're playing against. So Baratheon have quite a lot of good 3 cost characters in their Allure character base, so 3 is good against Baratheon.
What have I got there? Rose Road, Ice, Carhold, Flea Bottom,
Jon Snow, Umber Loyalist, Jory, and Jaso Malibu.
Okay.
I have drawn a Milk of the Poppy and a Tyrion with my draw.
Yep. So Tyrion has been duped. Cat has been milked.
Triggers Valyrian Steel. So, don't need to milk Greatjon on this particular round, but I would like to milk Cat so Tyrion can get his triggers. Because 2 Tyrion triggers in a challenge phase means a hound.
This is very true.
Just watching you drink tea on the video made me think I want a cup of tea.
I was just thinking that. I've already finished my water and we're like 15 minutes in. What's this dude's game again? Name again?
What's his game? I don't know. His game is when a card is discarded from your hand, you remove it from the game.
Yeah. Is that Amory Lorch?
No, that's Meryn Trant.
Meryn Trant. I can't remember which one.
Amory Lorch is the 4-cost military power, 4 strength, and gains renown when your opponent has fewer than 3 or fewer characters.
Yeah, that was it. So Meryn Trant, so if you get a card discarded from hand, you can remove it. Which is really annoying because I've got a Flea Bottom in hand. So if I get cards discarded from hand, normally I'd be like, this is all right, I can Flea Bottom it. And now you're going to be like, wah ha ha ha.
Trant. Or as you say, Trant.
How do you say it?
Trant.
Do you actually?
Trant. How do you say it?
I don't know now. I don't know if I said...
What's his name?
Well, now I'm thinking about it. I don't know if it's Meryn Trant or Meryn Trant.
Who's the one that you got wrong?
Amory Lorch.
Yeah, who's that guy?
Meryn...
Just say it naturally, don't think about it.
I can't. I'm thinking about it now. It's in my head.
Nah.
I'm also really distracted by the fact that a girl just went by
the fuck?
wearing a cape on a scooter. So she's just like scooting around like I don't know, Superman or something.
They're kind of majestic, but I haven't seen Superman use a scooter.
And a pink cape.
While masquerading as a 5-year-old girl.
Sorry, just got
That's not very Superman. I have the Hollow Hill on the board. That's nice.
You do. Sorry, just getting distracted. And I've marshalled. Because you keep calling him Jason Malibu, I keep forgetting his actual name. Jason Mallister. That's the name, isn't it? We didn't actually mention what the plots were. So the plots were forced march on your side into exchange of information on mine. The forced march kneeling the Greatjon, which of course is annoying so early on because it means that Greatjon's not going to be able to stand, do his military win and stand. The exchange was a bit shit on my side. I had...
Swearing?
Oh, it's fine. It says not for kids. So I had ice and a rose road, like one location, one attachment, I think it was. And then everything else were characters, so...
Haven't played your Rosewood?
No, I think I played at Hearttree Grove instead.
No, you didn't.
Did I not?
Nope.
Oh.
You played the ice, though. Makes me have to think twice about military attacks.
Yeah, I mean, your military's so good, like, I think you can quite easily win it anyway.
Yeah, but the point is, I have to make sure I keep enough in reserve to defend it. And you're now 6 strength in military there. So that's the Hound and somebody else. So I can only commit 3 characters.
Oh, it's Anguy, isn't it?
Yeah. That means, there's only 3 characters I can feasibly commit to attack. Because I have to keep the Hound around. Mind you, Anguy non-deal, but...
Yeah, I think you're right. You've got Widow's Wail as well, so... Yeah, I think I was like, I'll keep this gold in case you, chuck something from my hand and I can Flea Bottom it. And you were like, hee hee.
Lol.
Not Amory.
Trent.
Trent. Yeah, let's just confuse everyone.
I mean, you talk about Widow's Wail, but I have no gold.
Well, you've got Tyrion.
Yet. Wow.
Do you fancy a cup of tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Should we get a cup of tea?
Do you want to pause it?
Yeah. We're going to pause it. Okay, we are now suitably supplied with drinks, so we can continue. Apologies for that brief interlude. And Richard has started his challenges. He's going in with, get the words out, an intrigue challenge and triggering Tyrion to gain 2 gold. I have to defend with Kat because she is reckless. And you have triggered your Tyrion's chain because Kat is milked. Thanks for that. To reinitiate your plot and thereby kneeling my Jason.
And getting rid of your scumber loyalist. What intrigue claim?
Yes. Which you could have taken out of the game with Meryn Trant.
I should have done. Wait, what? Have I fucked this up?
It seems you didn't do it. So I'm like, right, well, I'm putting this into play then.
You haven't waited for me to trigger my interrupt. You've just gone ahead and...
Oh, that's bullshit, and you know it.
I haven't even done my keyword yet.
Yes.
But either way, I think that Tyrion chain was good for me to kneel Jason Master.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice.
I'd just like to point out that you'd initiated a military challenge when I put the Amber Loyalist in.
Yeah.
So I put in the Amber Loyalist to defend the military challenge. So
yeah, but I'm talking about the ice for the Jason Master.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you know, it wasn't that I'd rushed ahead before you could remove him from the game.
No.
Just, you know, just saying.
No. Let's not create a new narrative to make yourself look correct.
I'm always correct.
Let's not do that. I'm always correct. You're going to lose more cards from the game. If I remember Meryn Trant. Or was it Trant?
I think Trant.
Well, loyal viewers, do you side with Richard, with Meryn Trant, or the wrong Rebecca, who is Meryn Trant?
Do you say Bath or Bath?
Depends on how northern I'm feeling. I'm going to have a bath.
Oh.
Oh, I suppose you have a bath, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do have a bath.
You've had a bath tonight. Congratulations on your bath.
Thank you. Oh, what's happening?
You had a bath.
Oh.
You made me scrub your back. You only capable of making some weird explosive noises in your throat.
You're just like being a weirdo. So it looks like you finished your challenges. I couldn't do any challenges because everyone was knelt.
I wouldn't want to give our viewers dry commentary now, where we just
talk about baths.
No, where we just focus on. Oh, I see what you did there. Talk about baths, wet, dry commentary. I know that wasn't intentional.
It was intentional. I can be witty too.
Really?
Occasionally. Anywho, so the
that's not a word.
I know. Oh my god, please. Shush, I'm trying to commentate properly.
Don't teach Mary bad habits.
Right, you commentate. I give up.
Anywho, how? So yeah, challenge phase is done. 2 power to. They're watching the video. They're actually watching the video. I'm not watching the video. I'm looking at your face.
I know, but we've had people like literally message and say like, how much strength are they attacking with?
Well, you know what? If you care that much about it, watch it better.
Me or them?
Them.
Yeah, but it's hard to count.
I mean,
anyway,
we're not here.
Oh my god.
We're not here to tell them everything that's going on in the game. We're here to introduce the game. This is the game that's happening. Talk about key elements of the game,
like baths,
of which perhaps you're discarding cards from your hand and me not removing them from the game, a key element. Mm-hmm. Things like that. Not trivial things like a run-of-the-mill military challenge for 3. Or is that 5? No, it doesn't matter. I win the challenge, etc.
It does matter because sometimes, like, one of us will win a challenge where they're not meant to have won a challenge because we've not counted the math right.
Yeah,
in-game and in commentary.
Yeah. And tell me, who notices that? Us or the viewers?
Paul, normally.
The viewers. The same people who want us to edit up for them. Nah, yeah. I mean, it would take a lot of time for us to add all the adding and stuff to the video. So, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But if you want to Patreon us for £400 a month, then I would consider it. Because I'm sure it would take that amount of hours for me to figure out how to do it.
I was going to say, you would consider it. I'm the one that does all the editing. I'm the one that would have to spend like an extra 5 hours just adding up the math on each challenge. Oh, look at this bullshit. You and your political disaster.
5 hours, £400 a month. That's basically your £80 an hour for your video editing.
I don't do one video a month.
Feels like it. Ow!
This series has been like 15 videos. And I've done them over like, what, 2 months worth?
We did agree that we'd finish them by the end of August. And the end of August.
I've got a day. And there's one more video left after this. I'm nearly there, alright?
It's Bank Holiday Monday tomorrow. Maybe we'll finish it.
I'm working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, disaster.
Maybe you should do it.
Political disaster.
Yeah, I've already mentioned this.
Yeah, but I've got a duplicate.
Yeah, all right, show off.
My locations are wangling. So nothing really changed on the board. I've got a hound with an attachment. I guess that's the only key change. Maybe could have expected Valar de Harris from you.
Do I have a reset?
I do not know.
Let me consult my memory.
You consult your memory. I mean, of course, Valar D wouldn't have really done anything for you. You would have been down to 2 characters and I would have been down to 3. So, not amazing. Sorry, guys. Rebecca's checking her memory.
I was going to say, you can commentate.
Rebecca collects 11 gold. A Sansa dupe, which you might notice is the other Sansa. Because, of course, the base militant deck does have Skagoth, which can flip between different versions of characters. Which is why I guess the Milk Cat wasn't that much of an issue if you find the Skagoth. Get rid of her, get the big cat. Umber Loyalist, nice. Get some more cards in the hand.
I have Valar D.
A little bit concerned about your military strength with ice on the board.
Is it enough?
Well, your military strength at the moment is 14.
Okay.
Currently, mine is 2, 8, 9, 10, 13.
Oh, you only need one more military icon. You're fine.
Well, you might have more. Either way, that 13 strength I have to keep standing and commit to the military.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal from my perspective. Oh look, even more military. So now you have 17.
Did you want to know about any other cards in the Stark Faith deck while I have the list up?
Let me just consult your memory. You have 2 marriage pacts.
Apparently.
That's good.
Oh, Flea Bottom's back.
So I guess the thing with my deck is I can political disaster locations away, but as long as I have attachments in hand, I can gain money and draw a card. Did I trigger my Hollow Hill last round?
Yes, you got a Marcella.
Marcella, yes.
See, and you impressed. I was paying attention to that shit.
She is fire in this deck.
She is very good in this deck. Especially if you can get us a pounce on her.
What? Is there even a pounce in it? Why do I need a pounce? She's non-nails anyway.
Doesn't it give her stealth?
No.
Ah. Or not then. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of serious training on her is good.
That also doesn't give stealth.
No, but it means that she's a non-kneeling Tricon.
Conditionally non-kneeling, which, you know, seems like it would be the case.
I was going to say, in Valyrian Steel deck, I think you're generally alright.
So I've gone for the tactic of dupe Tyrion, dupe the Hound, dupe Meryn Trant, and then maybe see what your eyes does, which is going to kill Anguy, I imagine. Ooh, Go to High Heart. That's a big strength bump.
I was going to say, I mean, Angai would be the obvious choice until that one came out. Now it's... I don't know, which one would you say is better to kill? Because Ghost obviously lets you control my hand, and also gives everyone a strength boost, whereas Angai is non-kneeling.
Well, first of all, I think the first thing to take into consideration when you're looking at ice target is what is your reset. So your reset is not Valar Morghulis, so you're not going to target the characters with duplicates.
Yeah.
Which means it's the most powerful card out of the non-duplicated card. And I think it, with a board of 8 characters, I think it's the Ghost of High Heart.
I think that's fair.
Because that's essentially a +8 strength boost on your entire board. And hand control if I want it.
Well, that's...
And hand controlled allied with Meryn Trant could be dangerous.
This is also true. You do have a card in Shadows, which is a bit of a concern, because I think in this deck you're in pinch.
So one good thing I like about the Lanni Valyrian Steel deck is the synergies that you get that you don't automatically think about. So we have Go to High Heart, who has hand control. She can look at your hand and discard a card. Now, I can do Meryn Trant things with that. I can get rid of the card, you can't flea bottom it. Also, I can target non-character cards and use my heads on spikes on the character card left in your hand. There's quite a few other little synergies in there. And same if you want to trigger Tyrion Chain. Look at the hand first, get rid of the non-character card.
Yeah.
Increase your chances of getting that 2 power. Couple of clever little synergies. I do like that.
Well, I'm sure Kari will be happy with your approval.
I don't think he'll give 2 hoots on my approval.
So I've gone in with a big military using Jon, Jason and Arya, stealthing past the Hound. You have used the Ghost to check my hand, discarding the Jory.
That better.
I always get the 2 names mixed up. Jory Cassell.
I've remembered Meryn Trant exists.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you killed Angai, but wait, ice is going back up. Angai's head has reattached, and now possibly the Ghost of High Heart is dying.
Yeah, I mean you'd already used her, which was a little bit annoying, but I think
that's why I used her. So
yeah,
you might target Angai instead, but it didn't work. Classic little decoy technique there. Because, I mean, a standing target is much more attractive to target to kill because that reduces the amount of challenge you're going to hit back. So I thought I would make Go to High Heart a less attractive target.
I remembered that Jason has text and got rid of the pinch that was in Shadows.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot he had text too.
Which I'm quite pleased about. So I think that's all the reactions. Great John stood... Done Jason's text, done Ice's reaction, and you're claiming a Hound.
Yeah.
It wasn't unopposed because you defended with the non-kneeling Angai.
I expect the Hound to be jumping back to hand this round, but unfortunately that's not the case because I've discarded the duplicate. You decide to kneel him with Intimidate. That's a good option, I believe.
Yeah, I think letting him get back to hand isn't ideal. And he's a Tricon this round as well, so I figure making sure that he gets kept on the board is better.
I think obviously I prefer him to come back to hand because he has an attachment which I can maybe ambush in or play again next round.
It looks like I've forgotten that Jason gets Renown when there's no cards in Shadows.
But he doesn't have Renown because none of the 7 characters may not gain power.
Okay, that's cool. I was just wondering if it was to do with the agenda or not.
I did the thing out of necessity.
So I've done an intrigue with Sansa. You've finally decided to actually use the Red Cloak's ability.
None of this bullshit, just pile loads of characters on them because it's wasteful. That's so hipster.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I guess as well, like, because the hound is knelt, you know that you're not going to need the 4 gold to re-ambush him in.
Yeah.
If I can talk. So I'm going in with the power of the Great John for 5.
Yeah, I might as well defend with Shay and Tyrion. That allowed me my 3 challenges back.
Yeah, so that's defending for 6, which lets you win the challenge and stops you from intimidating anyone.
Lannister do have some really good Tricon options in this deck. Not Tricon, Voltron option. You got Angai, who can do 2 challenges. So if you boost his strength, you know, he's quite valuable. You got Shay, who can participate in multiple challenges per challenge phase. You got Marcella, who can also participate in multiple challenges. So it's got some really handy low-cost Voltron.
We've not seen Marcella yet, but I can't see her in your discard pile. So it seems like you've chosen not to play her out yet.
Waiting for the reset.
Yeah. You do a little military with Angai. I defend with Summer. I've gone for power with the Merchant and Angai. For 3, I defend with the Loyalist, but you still win. And steal a power.
And then the Dominant and the Hollow Hill. The Hollow Hill, the card I always miss on the Iron Throne. I just cannot remember it at all. But in real life, much easier.
I was going to say, you've remembered it, I think, each round on this one.
I play much better in real life. I remember more triggers. It's an easier thing to do.
I do think you're a better in real life player, simply because you like to sort of play your opponent a little bit, whereas it's a bit harder to do that on the Iron Throne.
Of course, in current days, the game is online now because of the coronavirus. And yeah, I encourage people to go and play online if you enjoy it. I don't enjoy it, really. It's a chore.
It's a shame that you feel like that, and I know there's a few people that don't like playing online. But on the plus side, playing online, you do get a lot of like little reminders on triggers that you might normally forget.
Yeah, it can
so it
help
can
your play with a deck.
Yeah, it can help you sort of think about challenges, actions, and actual actions like between each phase and everything as well. I know some people like Whammer, when they're playing, they will literally sort of say between each thing, like, do you have an action before anything happens? And you know, that's a good way of playing because it makes you think of your own actions too. On the Iron Throne, because it's all automatic,
you can skip through.
You can skip through, which sometimes does mean you miss stuff, but at least it's sort of like getting you used to thinking about the fact there's challenges, actions.
Reactions is a lot easier on the Iron Throne because your put to the sword reaction always pops up.
Yeah.
You know, that's an easier thing to play toward. I just prefer playing in real life and playing with human beings.
It's almost like you prefer playing more socially.
Because I like to see the light die from people's eyes.
Oh, not because you like hanging out with people then?
No.
Oh. Oh well.
Maybe one day we'll play in real life again. I haven't seen our physical card since we recorded this tournament 2 months ago.
I'm trying to get through all the video editing.
Well, we should have a new announcement from Hanno in September. And we'll have new things to bring to people.
Oh, that's exciting. Maybe once the new restricted list, are there new cards or is it like altered cards, do we know?
From what Hanno said on the Facebook group, it sounds like they're going to be erratas.
Oh, okay.
So these current cards will do new things, or maybe the same thing but with limits or tweaks, I'm not sure.
Okay.
So that could be a learning curve in itself because, you know what a card does, having played it for years, and all of a sudden the text changes. You can make mistakes from that. But we'll see what comes out.
It'd be nice to have cards that actually work within the card pool and don't have to be therefore restricted or banned because they're overpowered and things.
I imagine the aim is to get rid of the whole restricted list if possible, and then start it again going forward.
Well, I mean, once we get this update, I guess we can do another sort of video series based on those. Maybe have a little look at the new cards and things like that.
Sounds exciting. I hope we'll be able to print them off. You know, have the templates for them, put them on, for the actual card, and be able to print off an actual card.
Well, I mean, we've
because I don't like proxies. It thickened up the card sleeves.
Well, I mean, we've. Well, when I do the artwork, I sometimes have cards printed and stuff, don't I? So there are places to get cards printed, and they're not that expensive. And if you've got like a little community together, you can all sort of chip in.
Yeah, you'd have to get alt art to do it though, wouldn't you?
What, for the erratas?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not releasing the
I'm not sure.
Cards with...
I wouldn't know.
Oh, no.
We'll see
what
in a
happens.
You're choosing your VD targets now?
Yeah. So we should probably look at actually what's been played plot-wise. So I played Duel simply because I don't think it really hits anything in either of our decks.
I've got a Jamie. You've got a Fat Cat.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
So I thought try and get rid of that.
Don't you have Rob?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
And then you've played Valyrian. So I think we took a little while because we were considering just, who was going.
Yeah, mine's a simple choice. 4 characters, get an attachment back to hand. I think that's quite simple.
And I'm quite pleased that I managed to make sure that you had the Hound left on the board, because it meant that you lost him rather than be able to have him in hand for this round.
That's fair. That's not ideal, especially as first player. Little Bird, Amy, Lorch, Marcella. Is that a Lancel?
Yeah, and a Tommen as well. So
Tommen, that could be good.
Yeah.
Tommen's tech could actually matter.
I was going to say, especially as I've only got 3 cards in hand, and I'll probably just play everything out now.
Not knowing about the hidden Tommen in my hand. Well, you can marriage pack what? Anguy, who participates in 2 challenges, or Tyrion, who's not going anywhere, so the downside or upside of the forced interrupt will not force you to sacrifice a character.
Yeah, I think Anguy is a good shout, because he can technically participate in like 3 challenges, like military on defense, military on attack, and then a power.
That's true.
So I think it makes sense to put it on him.
Tyrion's got stealth though.
He does, but Anguy's a pain in the ass.
Like how you're rereading it, you're about to decide, then you read it again.
Just checking, yeah.
Like, do I put it on Tyrion or Anguy? I'm like, this is the tournament game, woman. I'm playing competitively.
I know, but...
I'm like, you can't ask your opponent this.
Well, the reason that I discuss it, like some of these things, is at the end of the day, I don't want a deck to lose because of my error.
Well,
like, I want a deck... I know, like, some of these games...
That ship has sailed.
And for you... some of these games have been absolute bullshit, I have to say. Both of us have made some very grave errors. But anyway, I don't want to I don't want to fuck up a game and ruin.
Well, you already have. You marriage pacted Anguy.
I think that's the right choice.
Yeah, I'm trolling you. It's not a bad choice. Like you say, stops him participating in 3 challenges.
Whereas Tyrion would only be participating in 1. He'd still get the trigger even if he wasn't participating in an intrigue. So,
I played the Little Bird on the Chud because I don't need it on any other characters. Boy King Tyrion. That's good. Any of your claimsake would have been, triggering Boy King, except Jason Mallister. So you're definitely going to pick I's dupe.
Aww.
I like the way you put your strength on, all for no reason. I even waited for you to do it.
Because is Tommen a lord? He isn't, is he? He's king.
He's a lord and a king.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, so he wouldn't have got the strength boost anyway then.
No.
Poor Lancel. Poor little 0 strength Lancel.
And I've got more cards in hand. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't looking great for me.
Yeah, I think it might be time for you to call it. Do you have Valardi as well?
Yeah.
You haven't played it yet?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the Valardi was hurting me as much as you.
I mean, you keep your front 3, right?
Well,
or
yeah.
Would you get rid of that?
Because you played your Valardi.
I mean, if they're the
If it goes
Valardi
again.
now, yeah. You keep Malister, Aya, and probably Scepter, maybe.
No, I'd get rid of the Ember Loyalist because I don't have any cards in hand, so I'm not going to lose anything. The Scepter's good because she obviously helps Avaria.
However, Ember Loyalist helps in the challenges that matter. It's not like you're going to lose cards because you don't have any.
No, but
Are you giving the finger to Tommen? Did you try to claim some unopposed?
Yeah, something like that. But on the plus side, you can't gain gold either because of my dude. So you can't get gold with your Tyrion.
It's true.
And I can't get power because of your Tommen.
But I can get power on my Tyrion. He's the boy king Tyrion.
Oh yeah, because he killed one of your little chuds.
Yeah, and Tommen stopping you from accruing power. I like that. I do wish that Lannister had more cards that meant the number of cards in hand mattered.
Why?
Or a way to temporarily remove cards from your hand for a phase. So you can trigger your effect like Tommen, Cersei Attendant, the one that gets insight when your opponent has 0 cards in hand. Insidious Schemes, where you can draw 4 if you win an intrigue challenge by 5 if your opponent has no card in hand. That kind of thing.
You remember this stuff really well.
Yeah. Nah.
Wait until the change. The big change. Where your Insidious Schemes will only let you get 1 card. I don't know. Making this shit up.
I thought you were referring to the fact you're going to turn into a werewoman.
What?
The change.
Oh. No.
I mean, you're already getting hairy.
No, I'm not. I feel like I need to be really offended right now.
You've already thumped me in the chest once today.
I think I said it twice now today.
Possibly.
You're just steamrolling me now.
I'm just winning challenges now.
Can I win some challenges?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh. I can't even get my Sansa Stance trigger now.
Sansa Stance?
I know. As I said it, I was like...
Stand, not stand.
I think that was because I was like, when you say Sansa Stands, but then the 2 different R and A sounds.
Sansa Stand.
I know. I don't like Sansa Stands. That just sounds weird. I feel like I needed the 2 different A's.
I'm hollow hilling. Yeah, I'll verb that shit.
For an old Bill Bone.
Yeah, well, stop your faith millicent trigger.
Yeah, that's true.
Not irrelevant.
Definitely not irrelevant. You are correct.
It's a good source of card draw, that. I like it.
Yeah.
Not only drawing an extra card, but that helped Marcella stay active.
Don't you have like 2 heads and spikes left now as your plots?
Yeah.
I don't have any cards.
I think we're only on 4 plots though.
Yeah, there's 3 plot cards remaining.
What could be played now?
Although if I play something like Counting Coppers and you played Heads on Spikes, you could make me you could go first and make my plot go first and then hopefully hit something.
Yeah.
If you were to play heads. I mean, it's a bit of a long shot, but...
I mean, at the moment, I'd just play head for the stats, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Wow, money everywhere.
I mean, I really need this money.
I mean, I've got a lot of access to card draw as well.
Well, what plots have I not played then? So I'm still waiting. Oh, I've got a Marched and a Valar D left. I don't know why I'm not playing one of them. I guess because I'd lose out more than you.
Probably. I get to keep some good characters. I'd lose Anguy, but that's much of a muchness. I'd keep Tyrion, Marcella, and one of the 2-cost characters that isn't Anguy. Yeah, trading's much better for me, having drawn from the Hollow Hill, getting a draw of 2, plus potentially drawing at least an extra 1 with the little bird in my hand, allowing me to trigger Valyrian Steel. But you will only get access to 2 cards unless you top deck an Umber Loyalist again.
I think I've got 1 on the board and 1 in the discard, so that's not going to happen.
Oh, you don't have 3?
No, I think there's 2 in the deck.
Ah.
So you got a card in Shadows, which is probably going to be the Bill Bone. Oh, now I have Amory Lorch. That's Amory Lorch, right?
That is Amory Lorch. Who was the other guy?
Meryn Trant.
Trant, yes. Serious training on Marcella.
Seems good with the dupe.
Duplicate on Marcella. So, yeah, Tricon Marcella coming right up.
I want to Tricon Amory Lorch. Is it worth playing out with your cards?
Well, I'm playing out these cards to force you into your reset and just so I can get my 3 powers. Seed on your fleet bottom. You have a Sander there?
That's sad.
Yeah, but I get another card out of it.
Alright, show off. How much gold you got left?
So my thinking is if you don't play out your cards, Marcella will kneel. However, oh my.
The thing is, it's not even going to trigger. Like, there's nothing you can trigger.
What? Tyrion?
You can't trigger Tyrion because of the, was it devoted free riders?
Oh, I see what you mean now. Yeah.
So I've fully bestowed the Begging Bros, but they can't actually stop anything.
Start character only.
I know. I move in a minute. Don't worry, guys. I don't leave it there. It's all good. Well, I do have a nice Iron Throne in my gold.
You didn't even do Jazz Hand to apologise. What?
Thanks.
You are welcome. What's next? Surely an inevitable win for Lanni Valyrian Steel.
Spoiler, you don't win yet.
Oh, but spoiler, I do win.
No, not
Because you're
necessarily.
not spoiler, you don't win yet.
Well, yeah, but like, because you were trying to make out that you just won.
No, but, I mean, 8 characters to 6. One of mine doesn't kneel in all 3 challenges. So, yeah. That put pressure on your board to defend, which means I should win dominance, even though you have your Iron Throne compared to my not quite Iron Throne. So the pressure is really on. I don't know how you would pull this out of the bag. Also, going first is horrible when you have an ice.
Yeah, but you don't have to do the military, right?
No. And I guess the 2 characters I would like to keep around are duplicated. So that's nice. But it doesn't mean I don't want to just run a military into you willy-nilly. But there is one challenge I would like to win.
Yep, I'm going to try and get that power challenge through.
That's for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Is that counting the cellar?
It is.
Yeah.
You're doing a point.
Just to remind me she's got the military as well.
That's important for ice reasons.
Exactly.
Trant.
It has been decided.
Rebecca reading her agenda. What does this do? Oh, defend with everything.
Yep, so defending the power challenge.
I wasn't expecting such a balled out display of insolence.
Well, you want to win the power challenge, and I don't want you to win the power challenge. Because if you don't win the power challenge, then I get to steal power from you with my Stark Faith. Unless you bring our Bilbo out.
Might have to.
Which would be really annoying.
Maybe there's a chance I've forgotten about it.
It is you. You probably forgot about it.
I would have remembered on the Iron Throne.
Course you would. Course you would. I always find the Shadows cards are really hard to remember on the Iron Throne.
Yeah, me too. I don't even see my opponent has one.
So you're considering whether or not you want to actually do something about this defence.
So you're defending for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Widow's Wail would win me the challenge. In
Widow's
fact,
Wail isn't in your hand though.
I know, I'm just saying a strength boost of anything that's 1 or more would win it for me.
Did you forget?
Maybe it's not Old Bilbo.
It must be Old Bilbo, surely.
I mean, it is, but maybe it isn't.
So you could have brought Old Bilbo out, and that would have knocked my faction card, meaning I couldn't trigger it, although I've triggered it anyway, and does not knock my faction card. Yeah.
Cheater!
Yeah. Maybe I'll do it again in a bit.
What?
Just for good measure.
You're doing some pointing.
And now I'm mathing, because you're doing a military with your Lorchy dude and Marcella. So what's that for 6? 7.
Unopposed. You want to ensure that you can hit me back. Yeah, boy king. It's boy king time.
I was waving my hands to show I didn't have a hand to discard anything.
Oh, I thought you were flying.
Yeah, I could have been doing that as well. Just one little thing I wanted to note actually with the Umber Loyalist. We mentioned it, I think, in the previous game where there was a Stark deck. But just remembering, Umber Loyalist, when leaving play, if you only have 1 card in hand, then you can keep that 1 card because Umber Loyalist requires you to discard 2. And if you don't have 2, then...
No can do.
No can do. You strangled my Jason.
Banter.
You little bitch tard.
Give me. Sorry, Mary.
I was going to win that military challenge, and you're just like, no, screw you. Strangle, win on defense.
Wonder why I didn't do that with the power challenge on offense.
Maybe you were worried about the military?
Yeah, or could have just not done one with Marcella and Amory. Sir Jimmy.
Oh, shit.
Sir Jimmy. Did I win dominance? You might have with your stack of golds.
Yeah, I think I won Dom.
Looks like I only had an Anguy and a red cloak standing plus 4 gold. Maybe there was no winning of Dom. I do not know. But this is my time now.
Yeah.
To heads on spikes with 0 cards in your hand.
Oh yeah, you've just got 2 heads on spikes there.
Yeah, and normally that's amazing when you're on 13 power. But unfortunately, you keep playing both cards in your hand out.
Got heads on spikes into Valar D.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, Well, if I go first and Valar D, and you get rid of Jason, ice comes back to your hand, and at least I get rid of it with the heads on spikes.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't think about that.
So I think you probably would get rid of Jason with the Strangler attached to him.
Yeah, he's not much use to me now.
You probably keep Arya, the Begging Brother, and maybe the Devout Free Rider. I don't think the intrigue icon on Eye is especially important to you.
No.
Mind you, actually, Eye is going to be immune from the Valar, so you're only going to lose Jason.
Is she?
Yeah, because of Scepter.
Isn't Scepter only for opponents' plots?
Yeah, but I played Hidden Spikes.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, that's alright. I'm just hoping that I remembered that.
I'm hoping you didn't.
What are we doing here?
Sorting out our characters. Marcella, Tyrion, and Tommen Kett.
Yeah, seems like a good trio. Aww, the uncle with his niece and nephew.
Oh, what a loving uncle. Wait for Daddy to come and join.
And you do get the ice. So you played that the right way around, well done. I do need to remove that intrigue icon off the aria.
Yep, I'll discard a gold and sieged by the guard. Is it time? Is it time? Is it Jamie time?
Gotta be surely. There he is.
Using as little gold as possible to help me win dominance.
I don't think that's going to be an issue.
You never know. Hey!
What?
Angai's back!
What? What is this bullshit?
3 non-kneeling military characters.
Great. Yeah, I can see why you were worried about the ice being back in my hand. Tommen is now very intriguing.
Yeah, he'd moved from cats to birds. Jamie got a bodyguard, draw another card. So I'm drawing through the card now. It's nice. The only thing is, with the Valyrian Steel deck, you draw a lot of cards, but they're not all high impact. They're okay when you've got control of a game, but when you're behind on the game, sometimes you need something with impact. Wow.
I like that I've just bestowed it for 3. You've got 2 fully bestowed begging bros and you don't have a single trigger. I hope you've got something in hand that triggers just so I can cancel one thing.
There's only character abilities, so, Old Bill Bone's going to get cancelled.
Yeah.
Probably why I didn't use them last round.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, so you did the military and I was about to claim the tumble. And then you went to take the power and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that'll just mean you win. So I took the 2 puff fire instead. But I think you now just win a power, right?
I have a stealth.
You have a stealth.
But I don't have much in power strengths.
Neither do I.
2, 3, 4, 8, 11. And with a stealth, that wins me the game.
Oh. I fucked that one rather, didn't I?
Don't know why Marcella's kneeling. Win. Smashed ya.
Yeah,
15-3.
yeah.
But of course, I don't think you played it badly.
I don't know. I don't know if my marshalling maybe was off.
What early doors?
Yeah, possibly. Like, I don't really know. I don't know what I could have done differently. I don't know maybe if I needed to get a bit more presence on the board. But at the end of the day, it just didn't work, and the Valyrian still managed to, keep ahead of the game.
I mean, when you run out of cards, you run out of cards, and you were just in top deck mode, which doesn't help.
No.
So I guess you just needed to see some more draw cards, but there isn't that much in the way of draw cards when your exchange of information gets you 2 cards you don't particularly want.
Yeah, I was just having a look at obviously the decks on the screen now. So, I mean, what's in there that draws cards?
Arya Stark, LMHR. You have Jojen Reed. He draws your card when he stands up.
Mm-hmm.
You have Summer to recur a card, which is like draw.
Are there 3 Umber Loyalists?
There are
Okay.
3 Umber Loyalist, which draws your card. Flea Bottom, which helps you also recur cards, so it's kind of, if you squint, a bit like draw.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that you had the Meryn Trant out on that one.
An exchange of information. Meryn Trant is kind of an extreme counter to Flea Bottom. You always feel lucky when you come up against a Flea Bottom deck and you've drawn a Meryn.
Yeah, it's a little bit sad. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I did see some of the Umber Loyalists that helped with the card draw. The flea bottom was neutered, as we say, from the Mare Entrant that was out early doors.
I think that's important. The flea bottom, because if you manage to get that frequently, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, especially with like things like Umber Loyalists coming in and out, so I can draw and discard cards as needed. So it's a like filter, isn't it? So, and also what you would do with the Umber Loyalist is when the Loyalist comes into play, you draw 2 cards. When they go out of play, you discard 2 flea bottom targets, preferably.
Yeah.
And that means that you've got something in the flea bottom pile for next round. So having that neutered by the Mare Entrant probably didn't help. But yeah, I didn't see the Skagos this game.
That's true, and the Rathway of it.
And I don't know if that would have been much use. Have we got a Rob in there? Oh, there is no Rob.
No.
Oh, we talked about Rob all game, there was no Rob.
Well, I think it would have been silly to have Rob with Duel along with Fat Cat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here's the Lanni deck.
Yep, so this is the deck that's going through to the grand finale. So yes, as we said, please go back and watch the game before this, which is the Stark Fealty versus Martell Dragon, to see who wins bracket 1. And they will be through to the final against this Lanni Valyrian Steel deck, which is exciting. So is there anything about the Lanni deck that you wanted to mention before we round things up?
I just think that this low curve version just works really well together. We've talked about low cost Voltron targets, which are good. Angai, you've got Marcella, and you've got one-off characters like Shay. They all do good work when Voltroned up. Tyrion helps to fund a lot of the challenge tricks and jumping in attachments into play, as well as those Tyrion chains.
I like the little one of Podrick as well, just in case Tyrion nearly dies and then you can just screw someone over.
Yeah, it's good. I do like it.
You don't see him very often, but he's quite fun when he triggers. But yeah, I mean, I think that's everything then.
All it needs is another power icon.
Just one more power. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that graph is almost perfect. All right, so we'll just round things up. We'll be back with the grand finale for the final game of this series next. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/the White Walkers. And yeah, thanks everyone. And thanks always to everyone who supports the channel for watching us. See you as soon as I've edited the final.
Goodbye.
Bye.